Before we have the phrase, I think, therefore I am, very famous, right? Now we have another phrase, I think, therefore it's true. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Understanding Mind. Transformation is liberation. Today I'll talk about your thoughts, our thoughts. And do not believe everything you think. The mind is like social media. Just because something appears on your feed doesn't mean it's true, right? So today we talk about thoughts. Many people suffer because they believe every thought that they have. I mean every thought. Okay? So you think, you are behind, you are not good enough, people are judging you, you will never change. Okay? And we bow to these thoughts like they are, enlightened masters. But are they true? And the reason that we have this kind of negative mindset is very concerning in the first place. Okay? Why do we have these negative mindsets? And also, we believe in everything we think, especially when they are negative. Can you believe in thoughts like I'm good, I'm perfect, I'm a great person, I will be, successful, I will be enlightened, I'll be like the Buddha? Can you believe in these positive thoughts? Unfortunately, not, right? Usually when we say you're not your thought, we mean that you're not your negative thoughts. Okay? And they are not true. I don't know why people keep thinking about these negative thoughts and think that they're true. And today we will find out and how we can prevent ourselves from believing these negative thoughts, and those thoughts are just ruin our life and we are stuck with them, right? So in meditation, we do not fight thoughts. We do not control thoughts. We investigate them. Okay? A thought is just a mental event. A mental event is a mere mental event. Nothing more, nothing less. Just think about a thought. It's in your mind, so it's a mental event, right? It's not always reality. So the Diamond Sutra teaches us to see all conditioned things like dreams, illusions, bubbles, and shadows. Thoughts are conditioned things. Thoughts are conditioned mental events. So because you are conditioned by your upbringing, your society, your school, your family, that's why you have such thoughts. If you were nurtured in a caring and loving environment, you were nurtured in a great society, you wouldn't have these negative thoughts, right? They are just conditioned mental events. It is not to say that, they don't matter. They matter until you investigate them. And it also means that our mental constructions are not as solid as we think. Do you think that there's a person who is a failure? There's a person who is not good enough? And you have proof because you have been trying to find evidence to prove that these statements are true, right? Okay, just entertain me for a moment. A thought appears. It feels real. The body reacts. Then we create a story around it, right? Maybe an easy example would be someone does not text back. And the thought appears, they do not care about me or they don't respect me. Then the body feels tight, heated. The heart feels really heavy. Your mind, your thoughts start building a courtroom. Evidence A, they used a period instead of an emoji. Evidence B, last week they say, okay, instead of okay. Evidence C, I knew it. And it goes on. Because you are trying to find evidence, to try to construct reality in order to suit that thought. Right? But maybe they are busy. Maybe their phone died. Maybe they are just also anxious. Or maybe they're eating noodle or something. Does it feel solid now? Are you still trying to find evidence to prove your statements, your thoughts? The mind creates suffering when it mistakes interpretation for truth. Right? So something happened, instead of seeing the reality of it, you interpret the way that you want to interpret, the way to feed your own reality, your own bubble. And that's why you suffer. A look from a stranger may cause you suffer because you think they look down upon you, or they don't care about you, or they don't respect you. That is your interpretation, not the truth. Science tells us that the brain is predictive. It does not simply receive reality. It interprets reality based on memory, emotion, and expectation. Your mind, your brain. Okay? So in a practical sense, we are not only living in the world, we are living in our own interpretation of the world. I say it again. We are not just living in the world, we are living in our interpretation of the world. And often we interpret the world according to our own conditioned habit energy. And if we understand that, it is where transformation, liberation, and freedom begins. Before believing a thought, ask, is this true? Is it absolutely true? What else could be possible? Who would I be without this thought? Ask these questions to give yourself some space, instead of just blindly and immediately believing the thoughts that you have. When you ask these questions, the thought loses some power. You do not destroy the thought, you loosen the knot. Just try sometimes. It's fun. It's fun to try to investigate your thoughts. So today is your meditation practice. You sit quietly, observe your thoughts when it appears. When a thought comes, you may say to it, thinking. Another thought comes, maybe planning. Another one, judging. Another one, remembering. These are a great way to investigate, just to say it as it is. You don't have to follow every thought as a visitor. Your home, your mind is a house. Awareness and understanding is the host. You can welcome the thought, the visitor, without letting them redesign the whole house, right? They come, you welcome them, you know them, and they leave. A thought is something you have. Awareness and understanding is who you are. So when you stop believing in every thought, your freedom will begin to emerge. Because only when you stop believing everything you think, do you experience that kind of freedom. Good luck.